I was still playing with the 49ers, and my one on the side of the road, and a plainclothes police officer pulled up. All you hear from there is 3 shots.
Gone today, why?
He would get his officer was in plain clothes. Corey had no way of knowing who he was.
573-2815.
And what's the name on it?
Corey Jones.
Alrighty. And what can I do for you tonight?
I need to get a tow. I'm broke down.
And is this mobile number with the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. What's wrong with the vehicle?
It won't start.
Okay. And is it a 4-wheel drive?
I think she will. Okay.
What's the address of the vehicle location?
I'm off the PGA southbound exit on 95.
On 95?
I-95 exit PGA southbound.
Okay, is there any, hold on, let me write southbound down. Is there any buildings, landmarks, anything like that, that I could use to pinpoint your address?
Huh? I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's gunshots.
Put that fucking gun right now!
911.
Hey, this is Gardens Alpha 1. I just got one down. I just shot one person. I'm at that off-ramp right behind Doubletree. Blackmail.
You're behind the Doubletree?
I'm on the off-ramp, 95 southbound off-ramp, off the Doubletree. I am not covered in anything right now. And,
all right.
Give me some units. I got one down. I got one man down. Have 5 ready. Stand by.
Raja, you all right?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Drop the gun!
On the off-ramp, right?
On the off-ramp. Give me some units. I've lost contact with him. I don't know where he is.
All right, you got it, buddy. Where's your radio? Where's your radio, Raj?
My radio's in the van right now. I don't have it with me. That's why I'm on the phone.
All right, stay on the phone, buddy. What's the guy look like?
Black male wearing all black dress, had a silver handgun in his right hand. I came out, I saw him come out with a handgun, I gave him commands, I identified myself, and he turned, pointed the gun at me, started running, I shot him. I've lost contact, 65 to 28 on the SUV.
Go ahead.
It's going to be a Florida 28 of 286 Papa Romeo Hotel, 286 PRH.
Don't know yet. Spike, put that out now. All right, it's a 08 Hyundai 286 Papa Romeo Hotel.
Yes, 286.
All right, it's coming back on a 4-door Hyundai gray.
Yeah, SUV.
Yeah, it's out of Lake Worth. It's not stolen or anything.
All right, man.
All right, stay on the phone. Where's the van
I'm
at?
with you.
Where's your van at? In the DoubleTree lot?
No, right on the off ramp. You'll see my van right there. I'm walking back to my van. I'm backing my van in the car.
All right.
He's hit at least 3 to 4 times.
All units, signal 33.
All right, you got your radio now?
Hotel.
No, hold on, not yet.
All right, I got units coming.
Mail and dreads on the off ramp behind
All right,
DoubleTree.
man, thank you.
Mail's outside.
All right, stay on the phone there, all right, buddy?
Temple. Send them where the mail
All
went.
right.
Gardens off one. I'm by the radio now.
26. Rise
All right,
mail
hang
hit
up the
3 to
phone,
4
bud.
times. 51.
All right,
FD 51 stage. 350. We're in the parking lot.
I'm not in the parking lot. I'm right on the off ramp. He ran across into the grass towards 95. Guys, right here. He ran in that direction. I lost visual of him. 348. I'm on 95. Just advised that they went on.
To start this clip was a very popular commercial shown on last night's Super Bowl in which Anquan Boldin, Super Bowl champ and wide receiver, told a story about after he came off the field and he got the news from his wife that his cousin was killed. Brother of former wide receiver C.J. Jones. Then that was a computerized reenactment as Mr. Jones was on the phone with AT&T Help at the time of the incident. Corey Jones, born February 3rd, 1984, passed away October 18th, 2015. A man who was killed by a plainclothes Pakistani-American police officer, Nouman Raja.
We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, we find a defendant guilty of manslaughter while armed with a firearm as charged in the information. As to count 2, we found a defendant guilty of attempted first-degree murder as charged in the information.
I mean, we've been waiting for this for a long time, 3.5 years, and we finally getting justice. We got exactly what we wanted. It's hard. I mean, it's a lot of mixed emotions, for officers, for us, for the other family. It's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. It's overwhelming. It's definitely overwhelming. It's an awesome feeling, but it's also not an awesome feeling because of who's got to go down. You have an officer that's going down, getting arrested, and then you have good cops, you got bad cops, you got his kids, you got his family. It's a lot of things that's playing along to this.
Now, Jones was born to father Clinton Jones Sr., who renovated houses, and mother Anita Banks, a guidance counselor who died from cancer in 2006. Jones' older brother C.J. Jones was a football player at the University of Iowa from 2003 to 2009, played as a wide receiver in the National Football League. He's also cousins with Vince Wilfork and Anquan Boldin, both NFL stars. Jones worked at the Delray Beach Housing Authority for 8 years. He was inspector, assistant property manager, a job that involved inspecting housing units to make sure they were livable. The position also required assisting tenants and landlords with communication. Jones also worked part-time as a drummer. He played in a band at his church, the Bible Church of God in Boynton Beach, Florida, where his grandfather, Sylvester Banks Sr., is a bishop. He also played in a band called Future Presidents. In fact, he was on his way home from a gig with the Future Presidents when his car broke down on that Florida road. American citizen in 2001, his grandfather was a police chief in Pakistan. He worked for a small Florida police department for several years prior to joining the Palm Beach Gardens Police. Raja is married with 2 children, ages 7 and 9. On Sunday, October 18, 2015, at about 3:15 a.m., a plainclothes police officer in an unmarked white van with tinted windows wearing a t-shirt, jeans, and baseball cap stopped by what he said was an abandoned vehicle. The Palm Beach Gardens police officer, Nouman Raja, approached the vehicle at the southbound exit ramp of Interstate 95 and PGA Boulevard. Raja, on duty, on duty doing burglary surveillance said he was confronted by an armed subject, so he discharged his weapon and killed a man, later identified as Jones, a musician and local housing authority worker. In total, Raja discharged his weapon 6 times, hitting Jones 3 times. Raja was not wearing a body camera, and his vehicle was not equipped with one. Jones was driving a Hyundai Santa Fe. He had car trouble and first called his brother C.J. Jones, who offered to come pick him up. Jones was doing church the next morning and needed his car, so he told his brother not to come. Jones' bandmate, Huntsberger, came to help, bringing oil, but they could not get the car started. Jones called for a tow truck, and with that assurance, Huntsberger left. Jones had been returning home to Boynton Beach, Florida, after playing a show in Jupiter, Florida, at Johnny Mango's Tiki Bar and Grill. He had been playing with his band, the Future Presidents. Jones was on the phone with AT&T roadside assistance when he was approached by a police officer. He had also called Florida Highway Patrol assistance line and AT&T pound help multiple times trying to get help. Jones was using his government-issued work phone, so the records are available under state law. Jones's body was found a good distance, 80 to 100 feet away from the vehicle, from which he appeared to have run. Jones had a .38 caliber gun, which he had purchased 3 days prior, and had a concealed carry license. It was found on the ground between Jones's body and the car, and had not been discharged. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, assisted by the FBI, did the investigation. Raja had been an adjunct police academy instructor at Palm Beach State College. Jones's family was represented by Benjamin Crump, who represented the family of Trayvon Martin, as well as attorney David D. Parks. On October 31st, there was a funeral for Jones at Payne Chapel AME Church in West Palm Beach, Florida. Apostle Sharon Walker delivered the eulogy. Reverend Al Sharpton delivered words to the family. On June 1st, 2016, a grand jury charged Raja with manslaughter by culpable negligence and attempted first-degree murder with a firearm. Palm Beach County State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg announced that the grand jury concluded Raja had no justification to shoot Jones, and the charging documents alleged that Raja never identified himself as a police officer. Jones He just yelled commands and then opened fire. Raja was arrested and his bond was put at $250,000. After making bail, Raja was released from the Palm Beach County Jail and placed under house arrest. A variety of conditions and pre-trials release included GPS monitoring and surrender of Raja's passport. On January 17, 2017, investigators publicly released evidence in the case, including more than 3,000 pages of document and 50 video and audio recordings in response to a public records request made by the Palm Beach Post. The nine other news outlets. Included in the evidence were audio tapes from the cell phone calls to AT&T roadside assistance and 911 were released. Although Raja had told investigators previously that he had called 911 before shooting Jones, the audio recording of Jones' roadside assistance calls showed that the final shot had been fired 33 seconds before Raja dialed. The recording also showed that Raja never identified himself to Jones as a police officer. In a state's attorney report released on January 17, 2017, prosecutors state that Officer Raja lied to investigators, giving an account of events that contradicted the evidence. On January 18, 2018, defense attorneys for Raja filed a motion to dismiss all charges, citing Florida's danger ground laws. In the motion, Raja claims that he identified himself as a police officer and exited the van. That's when Jones immediately jumped out saying, "I'm okay, man," as he approached the vehicle. And that's when Jones immediately drew a gun and pointed it at Raja. Defense attorneys claim that Raja repeatedly yelled to Jones to put his hands up and drop the gun. Raja further stated he saw the silver muzzle pointing at him and that he believed the gun was equipped with a red laser. On March 7, 2019, Raja was found guilty of manslaughter by culpable negligence and attempted first-degree murder with a firearm following an 8-day jury trial on April 25, 2019. He was sentenced to 25 years in jail. He leaves behind a wife and 2 young children. Jones's older brother, former NFL player, C.J. Jones, said it best. There are no winners here, only losers. So that's the story behind the NFL commercial that played last night at the Super Bowl. Disorderly Product News, reporting for The Cop-ARAZZI, a channel in which I already have a lot of content on. A channel I share with somebody else. Actually, it's their channel. I'm just trying to squeeze my way in. Anyways, subscribe to The Cop-ARAZZI, as more content is coming. This is Disorderly Product News saying good night.